Why isn't anybody talking about the fact that there are parts of Hawaii that's literally underwater right now?
I know that this is about to cause a bunch of news, but scientists at CERN are about to load antimatter into a truck and drive it across the border.
Over a decade ago, researchers at MIT turned Wi-Fi into a camera that can see through walls and see through your body.
A retired U.S. Air Force general just totally disappeared, and the details are not making sense.
I want you to watch this sky. I've not seen anything like that before, but that looks like a portal or a wormhole opening up, you all.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to creepy and mysterious videos from the dark side of TikTok. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
Why isn't anybody talking about the fact that there are parts of Hawaii that's literally underwater right now? If it wasn't for people posting about it, we probably wouldn't even know what's going on.
I'm in Hawaii. Look at this flooding. Dude, this is unreal. It's a freaking hurricane out here.
They're saying that right now, Hawaii is going through the worst flood that it's ever had in the last 20 years. Look at this shit. You have homes that's underwater.
Wow.
You can see cars here that are underwater. It looks like this whole area is underwater and nobody is speaking about it. Mind you, they're saying that this is about to get worse. They're saying that the whole North Shore is flooded. Roads are closed, which means if it's an emergency, these people are not even able to get out. They're also saying that the Wahiawa Dam is on the verge of going. This is more than just a state of an emergency. People are in danger of losing their lives. They're saying that this came from a relentless series of Kona low storms. And these storms dropped at least 16 inches of rain on this community. Mind you, this all happened within 24 hours.
Crazy.
Rescue teams are having problems rescuing these people. They're pulling people from rooftops. There may even be people that might not be able to be rescued. And again, they are not talking about this. We got to spread the word. I'm out.
AKA half of Hawaii is underwater, but you never know that unless you had a TikTok account. This right here is why people don't trust what they're being told anymore.
Okay, so at first I thought these were just meteorites, right? Well, if you haven't heard yet, there have been 3 meteorites that have hit the United States within the last couple days, or so they claim they're meteorites. And at first glance, I thought they were just meteorites too. So this first meteor that you've been seeing is from Ohio, and apparently this caused a sonic boom that a lot of people heard in the area. And since there was such a huge delay in the sound, it's speculated that this was a lot closer to the Earth than obviously we would hope. We also had this one from California that a lot of people thought at first was a UFO. People were calling this an unidentified object. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know at this point. And that is because lastly, we had this meteor over in Red Oak, Texas. And what did it just do right there? Let's see that again.
Flip. Wow.
One more time now, watch how it looks like it's doing an aerial maneuver and turning all over the place.
Creepy stuff.
How is it doing this? How is it doing what it's doing? What is this?
All great questions.
This is its full flight path. I mean, look at this thing. What does this? How are they going to explain this away? But it does remind me of the thing in the old book where it talks about the end and how all the stars will start falling out of the sky. And it also makes me think about the current conflict that's going on. One thing's for sure, to me at least, these were not just meteorites. But share this video with someone who might find it interesting. Like to boost this in the algo and follow for more videos like this one.
I hate to break it to you, but meteors don't move like that, guys. Not even close. Oh, you want to hear the sonic boom? Roll it. Listen up, guys. Imagine hearing that. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, that's no normal sonic boom. That's something else entirely. Could you imagine hearing this in real time? It must have been terrifying.
I know that this is about to cause a bunch of news, but scientists at CERN are about to load antimatter into a truck and drive it across the border. And this has never been done before, ever in human history. So antimatter is actually one of the most sensitive materials on Earth because the second that it touches normal matter, any matter at all, it gets destroyed and it explodes. It gets destroyed in a burst of energy and it has never been transported, ever, until now. Scientists at CERN have now officially built a 1-ton containment device that traps antimatter. The entire thing literally needs 2 cranes just to be able to lift it onto the truck, and later this month they are going to be loading it up and driving it around the CERN campus. This is going to be from France to Switzerland and then back. They're saying that the device is carrying about 1,000 antiprotons and they weigh about 1/billionth of a trillionth of a gram. They're saying that if this containment fails, the energy released by it would be so small that we wouldn't be able to feel it. But they're also saying that the point isn't the amount, it's actually the fact that nobody has ever moved antimatter outside of a lab before. And they're saying that the reason why they're doing all of this is to answer one question, and that one question is, why is the universe made of matter instead of antimatter? But do we really want to know?
So CERN's just out here casually transporting one of the most dangerous substances known to man, and for why? Shits and giggles? I want to meet the driver who agreed to this.
Things that are real to us, but are different in other realities. It is a consistent fluctuation, and I think this fluctuation is known as Mandela effect.
This was happening in 2016. Shortly after this video went viral, the genius kid disappeared. No
Allegedly.
updates, no interviews, nothing. For years, the internet searched for answers. What happened to Max Lowen? The kid who said CERN broke reality. What you're about to hear next will change how you see everything. Just keep in mind, in 2008, CERN launched the Large Hadron Collider. And in 2009, people started noticing something strange. Memories that didn't match reality.
What happened was we made this universe sort of out of balance. And our universe...
Because of the collider, the super collider?
Yeah, we altered the weight of a single electron, which I believe shifted us into a parallel universe. This is our original timeline, right? But as soon as this starts, we are infinitely catapulted into an infinite number of parallel universes.
In 2008, scientists at CERN launched the Large Hadron Collider, the most powerful particle accelerator ever built. It smashes atoms together at almost the speed of light, searching for the fundamental code of the universe. Some physicists even warned it could open microscopic black holes or distort space-time itself. And then, barely a year later, something even stranger happened. Thousands of people began remembering Nelson Mandela, dying in prison in the 1980s, but he actually died in 2013. Entire groups shared the same false memory. Soon after, a large segment of the population started noticing the same thing. Logos, movie lines, and even historical events remembered differently than they actually were.
The original universe is mirror, mirror on the wall.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Transferred to universe is magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
So we are now not in the same universe that we were in when Mirror, Mirror on the Wall was a part of a film.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but a kid this smart who just outed CERN doesn't just vanish without question. It's not just creepy, it's straight up suspicious.
You want to hear a crazy coincidence pertaining to history?
Yes.
December 5th, 1664, a ship sank off the coast of Wales in the Menai Strait. 81 people on the ship died, and there was only one survivor, and his name was Hugh Williams.
Okay.
December 5th, 1785, a ship sunk in the exact same spot. Everyone died except one person. Can you guess his name?
Hugh Williams.
Hugh Williams.
What?
August 5th, 1821, a ship sank in this same spot. One survivor, Hugh Williams. August 19th, 1889, a coal barge sunk, same spot. Except this time, there was two survivors. Can you guess their name?
Huey and Hugh.
Both named Hugh Williams. That's 5 Hugh Williams.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
It seems like this guy's like a time traveler.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta fix this.
Because he's like, I got to stop this ship.
I don't know about y'all, but next time I sail, I am definitely making sure that there's no Hugh Williams on board with me. Period.
Does that sound like a
That's a little girl?
Yes. The Enfield poltergeist. This specific case is filled with many controversy revolving around like
if it's real or
not. And then also it had a lot of actual witnesses like the cops, neighbors saying they witnessed Janet, like the little girl, levitate. They saw furniture move by itself.
Crazy.
And there's interviews of Maurice interviewing Janet, which was the scene that you saw in the movie whenever she's like sitting on the couch and then she starts getting possessed and starts speaking like in a different voice. So he captures Janet get possessed during an interview. And mind you, she's only 11 years old. So the voice that's coming out of her
doesn't match her at all.
Come on, my name's Morris. Let me hear you say it. Morris. Say Dr. Belloff. Come on. Let me hear you say that.
Listen, guys. Crazy.
Come on. Let's hear you say Dr. Belloff. Could you close that? Say Dr. Belloff. Come on. Come on, say it for me. Dr. Belloff.
That's supposed to be her or Bill. Does that sound like a
That's a little girl?
Yes.
God is judge.
Insane.
Bro, there's no way that's a little girl. What the?
No.
Another thing, I don't understand why. So you're telling me the parents were like, okay, listen, you're gonna have to act like this, you're gonna have to act like this, you're gonna have to say this, and you're gonna have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, if it is a performance or if it is an act, what a hell of an actor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The voice alone is enough to make you panic. It's not just creepy, it's straight up disturbing. No 11-year-old little girl should sound like that. Ever. Moving on.
This is so disturbing because this man recreated Dexter in real life. I'm not even joking right now.
Listen to this.
In 2008, a man named Johnny Altinger disappeared after telling friends that he was going to meet someone from an online dating app, but he never came home. Police eventually tracked his last call to a man named Mark Twitchell. Now at first, Twitchell seemed like a completely unlikely suspect. He was an amateur filmmaker. Literally nothing wrong with him. Quiet, soft-spoken, the sort of guy you'd meet down the pub. But investigators discovered something very disturbing. Twitchell had rented a garage nearby to his property. Bit of a dumb move. When police searched it, they noticed something very strange. The inside had been staged almost like a movie set. Well, not that weird, he's an amateur filmmaker, this is probably a studio, right? Well, plastic sheets covered the walls. There were restraints and signs of a violent struggle taking place within this room. Investigators found a document inside here called SK Confessions. Inside was a detailed story written from the perspective of a serial killer. The killer described luring victims from online dating apps and websites online, getting them inside a controlled location and killing them. The more the detectives read into this, the more it became apparent what was going on. The story wasn't fictional at all. It matched the exact details of Altinger's disappearance. And when police looked into it further, it got even worse. Police believed that Twitchell had become obsessed with a TV show called Dexter, which you probably all know, but it's about a killer who hunts victims and has this, kill room, which looked exactly the same as what he had in this movie studio.
Wild.
And basically, he wanted to recreate the show in real life. In 2011, Twitchell was convicted of murder, but investigators believe something even darker had happened here. Altinger might not have been the only intended victim, because police later discovered that Twitchell had contacted multiple men online, trying to lure them into this same garage, and had the same sort of manifesto written down of what he was going to do.
Wow.
So if police hadn't have tracked down this man and found this location as quick as they did, who knows what could have actually happened.
Most people have tools, maybe a TV in their garage. Not this guy. This is not a man cave. This is a nightmare in real life.
They were never clones. It's worse than that. Today you hear everyone talking about celebrity clones, but the truth is, it's not cloning. It's something that sacred texts were already talking about 3,000 years ago, and it explains everything. Recently, we all saw it with Jim Carrey, who appeared completely different, but look closely. All your favorite artists suddenly change. Your favorite actors too, as if they have a different energy and a different look in their eyes, and that's why people claim they've been cloned. But in reality, cloning is just a way to hide what's really happening. In the Bible, the Canaanites practiced child sacrifice for Moloch, but the truth is, it wasn't just about killing. In Leviticus 18 and 21, they call it passing through the fire. They performed soul transfer rituals, harvested life force, and placed entities into other bodies. We know this technology never disappeared. It's just in the hands of people who use it in the shadows. When people talk about someone selling their soul to the industry, it's a kind of pact. The original person dies spiritually, and a prepared entity takes their place in the same body, but with a different pilot. And that's why they seem different. Like Selena Gomez, who was recently seen going from 5 feet 5 inches to 5 feet 10 inches. It explains sudden personality changes, memory loss, different mannerisms, and doing things that would once have been unthinkable without any remorse. Remember Ariana saying she went through memory wiping? They're not cloning celebrities' bodies. In reality, they're taking them over, and all of us are watching it happen in real time without saying anything.
I'm not 100%, but I'm almost certain that Ariana Grande came out saying that whole memory wiping thing was just a bit. Or was it?
Absolutely not. Y'all know that feeling when you're walking in the dark and it feels like somebody's about to reach out and grab you so you walk faster?
Yes.
Now imagine that feeling, but it being a real thing following you and you catching it on camera. That's exactly what happens here.
Let's see
Lauren
it.
forgot something in her house, so she runs in real quick to grab it while her friends are in the car. She unlocks the door and gets in the house, but then her camera captures this. Just look at the end of her pathway at the street. What looks like a figure comes floating down the pathway. It stands still for a moment when it glides across the yard. And then again, it stands completely still in the yard. Now, what's really weird is in this video, you can see the woman walking up to the door and you can see the definition of her. So I don't think this is camera compression. And the movement of this thing doesn't seem human if you watch it. Here it is standing there. It's just like an amorphous blob, almost with limbs.
Creepy.
It's solid gray. It moves forward and then moves sideways very quickly and then just stands there. But this still frame is what freaked me out the most because this thing looks like it's wearing a pointed hood. It almost looks like Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. What do y'all think about this?
Yeah, this is not an isolated event. We have these Ring doorbell cameras picking up paranormal activity everywhere. Check this one out.
Here is another very scary and unexplainable doorbell camera clip. This one though may show some kind of flying creature. This one was recorded on February 1st, 2026 at 12:54 a.m. The homeowner here has multiple security cameras mounted around their house, and this strange event was caught on 2 of them. This lowers the odds of this being faked. The fact that the exact same thing was caught from 2 separate camera angles. This could almost certainly rule out any AI possibilities.
It's pretty big.
But at first, the footage appears normal, showing their quiet, snowy neighborhood late this night. Then a giant dark shadow whooshes past the screen. The shadow is huge, and it moves swiftly, way too large and fast to be anything we know of. As it flies by, it even knocks snow off the nearby streetlight, showing us that something really was there.
Creepy.
It must have been just out of the shot, and it flew right above the houses. Some say the shadow itself could have been the creature, like maybe some kind of dark, ghostly spirit.
Maybe.
Another thing that makes this so real is the fact that the OP, Charlene Excelsior, has never posted anything like this ever on her TikTok page.
True.
As you can see here, her videos just consist of nature and animal content. No other creepy creature videos like this one. So it seems this is a real video that was picked up on her security cameras late this night. But what do you guys think it could be? The Mothman or some kind of other flying cryptid? Or maybe even a ghost itself? Or could it somehow all be explainable?
I don't know, guys. Maybe those meteors weren't really meteors. Maybe they were sending something down to Earth. What do y'all think? Drop it down below in the comments, guys.
A retired U.S. Air Force general just totally disappeared, and the details are not making sense.
Creepy.
His name is Neil McCasland, and he used to oversee some of the military's most advanced technology. So authorities say that he vanished from his home in New Mexico nearly 2 weeks ago at this point. He's 68 years old, and according to officials, he likely left on foot. But here's where things get a bit unusual. So to begin with, he left his phone behind, but he did take his wallet, his hiking boots, and a revolver. Search teams, including the FBI, have been combing all of the trails near his home, and they have found no trace of him in particular. At one point, they did find a shirt, but they can't confirm if it was his or not. Authorities at this point say there's no evidence of any foul play, but I mean, let's be honest. McCasland wasn't just any retired officer.
Right.
Before retiring, he commanded the Air Force Research Laboratory. Now, that's a role tied to serious space research, super advanced systems, and highly sensitive programs. And in fact, in more recent years, his name has come up quite a bit around the UAP topic. In fact, in a recent discussion with Jeremy Corbell, Congressman Eric Burleson even said that McCasland was someone that they really wanted to speak with. But every attempt that they made to reach out to him was met with the same response. He had nothing to say. And now there's another detail that some people are starting to really question. News Nation pointed out a separate missing person case. This has to do with an aerospace engineer named Monica Reza. And Monica disappeared while hiking in California. This happened within the last year or so, and she has never been found.
Wow.
No trace. And according to reports, she worked on advanced materials, strangely enough, in a program that McCasland was connected to during his time in the Air Force. There is no confirmed connection between these two cases, but I mean, the timing and the overlap has definitely raised questions among many people that are following this particular story. For now, it remains an active missing person investigation. I mean, but think about it. When someone of this level of top secret program access and his type of background literally just vanishes, it definitely raises questions.
Yikes! So not one, but two high-ranking officers just vanishing without a trace. What do you think, guys? Coincidence, or is this something much darker?
So let's get back to the underwater bases, since these are these photos. So this is, I guess in an episode you spoke of having to do procedures underwater. And could you explain why? Like, why would you not just put the being in a tank and operate them in a regular room? Why would you have to be underwater as well?
Well, some of the beings come from water worlds, and there's a lot of beings that live here. We call them like aquafarians. It's kind of the code we use for that. They live here already. They've been living here a long time, but we do have visitors that also come from very far away. That their ships have liquid in them of all different sorts of materials. This specific one. It looks like a mermaid man with little fins. There's sometimes that you cannot, people are like, well, why can't you use those big tubes? And like, because you don't have the visualization, number one. So we actually have operating rooms as big as this room filled with seawater that we walk into with these suits and take samples because the bodies have to be kept in the water or they'll deteriorate with pure oxygen on the surface. Wow. So that's why we cannot, use these little capsules and stuff. You have to be ambidextrous here. You're talking some very small instruments and things like that. This is a good depiction of that, and we have these special boots that they're magnetic, that keep us on the ground.
Wow.
Everything is contained in the suit. And this is just one of the artist renditions that I depicted for them for this procedure. So it has everything an operating room would have. It's just, it's underwater.
How many times did you have to do an underwater procedure like that? Did you do them often?
No, maybe 5% of the ones that I did, you had to do in some sort of liquid or water.
Okay.
Well, my mind is officially blown. All right, I have so many questions, and I don't even know where to start. Did any of you guys even buy any of that? That is crazy.
Over a decade ago, researchers at MIT turned Wi-Fi into a camera that can see through walls and see through your body. The technology is called RU-View. It listens to the room itself. Wi-Fi fills the air inside your home like an invisible fog. The radio signals hit your body and come back warped by your posture, your breathing, and even the tiny tremor of your heartbeat. RU-View reads that distortion and rebuilds you.
Wow.
This technology was originally pitched as a safety device for elderly people to detect falls. Now the tech is fine-tuned enough to read multiple biometrics of your body, including your perspiration, your rate of arousal, and very soon your brain waves. The scary part is anyone can afford this technology. The hardware requires 4 ESP32 nodes, $48 total. The model is 55 kilobytes. Pretty inexpensive for total and complete biometric surveillance.
AKA, for the last 10 years, your home Wi-Fi has been studying your every move, even through walls. I'm pretty sure this right here is how they got Maduro.
Since she's not here, I'm gonna share some dirt on Ellen. I'm not talking just dirt. I mean, I'm telling you some deep, dark secrets. People think that she buys and sells houses because she loves real estate. No, it's not true. It's because she's on the run from the law. You have no idea. It's not true.
It's because she's on the run from the law.
And it all slowly starts to make sense. And what I mean by that is this why this person has fled their country and is nowhere to be seen. After all, many things are said in jest, and Hollywood never lies to us. They always put it hidden in plain sight. It's almost too much of a coincidence that this was said on the show and all the events that have unfolded since. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because there's definitely a lot more to this.
Sorry, Jen, but we already know everything there is to know about evil-ass Ellen. And did you guys see? She's actually trying to come back to the United States. I guess the U.S. isn't all that bad now, is it, Ellen?
Guess how old this picture is, guys? This is Oprah from the 1920s, bro.
What?
Somebody just posted this, and I can't tell you who it was. This is Oprah from 1920. This is what people are saying. So if this is Oprah from 1920, who's this? Who is this right here? Because if that was Oprah from 1920, that means she would be 106 years old. Now, how are you getting younger when you're older and getting older? Something's going on here, guys, and people are saying that Oprah might be, you already know, I don't even gotta say it. Yeah. So, this is why these people still look young. And they're not aging, but people like us age. I got grays everywhere, doggy. Where's her grays? So that people in those comments had the nerve to say that maybe she's a vampire, right? Maybe she's a time traveler, right? Because people be saying anything, and what they be saying is not true. You know why? Because this video is for entertainment purposes only, guys, and this picture is not from the 1920s. This is a recent picture that was put with a filter that was black and white. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this one. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Did Oprah just become Time Traveler of the Year, or did someone just learn how to use Photoshop? You be the judge.
He noticed his dog Ragnar was terrified of the garage and refused to go inside. Then he saw why. He sees a shadow under the door, but when he goes inside, there's nobody there. Then the next night, he wakes up to the terrifying sounds of screaming.
Wow.
He hears his son's voice screaming, but he knew it wasn't his son because he just put him to sleep earlier. And as he gets closer, he realizes it's coming from his garage. The moment he opens the door, the sounds stop, as if something was trying to lure him deep into the garage. But he doesn't go inside, and after opening the door, it may have came to him, because after he goes back upstairs, this happens. Footsteps run right past him, but there's no one there. So did he have a mimic in his house?
Oh, hell no. These people are brave. I'll tell you one place I wouldn't be running is directly to all that screaming. No, thank you.
I want you to watch this sky. I've not seen anything like that before, but that looks like a portal or a wormhole opening up, you all. It really does. Let me do this right here. I'm probably not going to get very many people watching. I would do a reel, but I know what they're going to do. The reel, I want you to watch the timestamp. As we go through this, I want you to watch it. I'll make it small so you can see it. I'm looking at some anomalies that are out here on the FAA in Hawaii, since there have absolutely terrible flooding happening. Let me flip this around. They got absolutely terrible flooding happening in Hawaii. The worst in 20 years. I mean, it is nonstop, and now we got something like a portal in the sky.
Wild.
This is the FAA, official FAA weathercam, weather.gov, FAA camera. I've been watching them. I would have done a reel, but I don't want them to say, sit tight while we work on your reel. No. We got to get this information out right away. Watch it.
What did she
It's
catch,
come
guys?
on here, and they better not have moved it on us. There it is right there. Then it's gone. You see that?
Very weird.
It's there right there. Right there at 22:45, 12:45, 3:22, right there. And then it totally disappears by the next camera. What do you think about that?
Creepy. There's probably an explanation.
No, right there. That's right. Right. Come on. Let's get it. Looks like a wormhole. It looks like a wormhole on the FAA. I'm going to end this video. I don't want it to be too long, you all. I really don't. But no. They've got terrible, terrible flooding in Hawaii. And I'm thinking there's some kind of activity out there, some like UFO activity. And look at this right here.
Maybe. What do you think, guys?
There. Have a wonderful evening. Share this.
I don't know, guys. We have Hawaii currently flooding and now a gigantic black hole or wormhole hovering over top the island. Are they connected? I don't know. It's definitely weird AF, and I guess only time will tell. So that's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, the members group is open. Come join. The Instagram is live. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.